And tonight, an urgent warning from the DEA about fentanyl, laced drugs on the streets of America. There are millions of these dangerous fake pills out there, and they are killing thousands of Americans.
A warning in Suffolk County about a recent rash of drug overdoses. Police say they've had at least 9 overdoses in the last 2 weeks.
Deadly drug overdoses in Colorado increased nearly 40% between 2019 and 2020. That is the largest jump in overdose deaths in more than 20 years.
And the extremely potent and deadly drug fentanyl is playing a role here. According to numbers from the State Health Department, fentanyl-related deaths more than doubled between 2019 and 2020, going from around 200 deaths to more than 500.
911, do you need police, fire, or medical?
I have 3 people that are, apparently they seem to be passed out drunk, not waking up in my parking lot. Like 2 of them are on the ground.
11:30 on a Saturday night. Deputies are called to help 2 men and a woman, all unresponsive.
When I pulled into the gas station, it's very well lit. You could tell right away that there was something different about this one.
Yo, bro, wake up.
This is a condom. I bet you already knew what this was, though. I didn't need to tell you. That's because we all know what condoms are and what they're used for and what they prevent. This is culturally embedded in us at a pretty young age, whether it's through sex education, our parents, family, or friends. We learn what they're used for. And we also universally know where to buy them, whether it be grocery stores, pharmacies, or even gas stations. They're widely available to the public, and the public understands what their use is. And this is a fentanyl testing strip. Now, I bet you some of you didn't recognize what these were right away, as compared to these. That's because fentanyl testing strips are not necessarily a universally discussed topic yet. In fact, they're illegal in certain states because they're considered to be drug paraphernalia. Fentanyl testing strips are a life-saving tool used by drug users. They allow for users to test for the presence of the potentially fatal substance fentanyl, which is often used to cut or mix into other drugs. These testing strips can help prevent overdose by helping the drug users make more informed decisions regarding their drug use. The opiate epidemic in the United States has spiraled out of control. According to the CDC, around 50,000 people within the United States died from opiate-related overdoses in just 2019 alone. These numbers are high mostly due to the increase of fentanyl being sold within our illegal drug markets. Fentanyl testing strips are fairly easy to use and only cost around $2 per test. To properly use fentanyl testing strips, a user must first add a 1/4 inch of sterile water to a small container. Try to use something that's sterile or clean. They must then add a small amount of drug residue into the container of sterile water. Hold the blue end of the strip and dip the other end of the test strip into the water for around 15 seconds. Set aside the strip and check it after 5 minutes. After letting the strip sit for a few minutes, check the strip for the test results. In the center of the strip, there will either be 1 line, 2 lines, or no lines. As you can see with the strip that we tested, there are 2 lines. 1 line would indicate that fentanyl is present in the substance. 2 lines would mean that there is no fentanyl. No lines equal an invalid test, so the user must then grab another fentanyl testing strip and do the test over. See, drugs are much like sex. You can't really prevent people from doing them if their mind's already set on doing it. So you might as well provide them with a safer way to do it. You know, kind of like how condoms prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Well, fentanyl testing strips potentially could prevent an overdose. It just makes sense. They're kind of like the same thing, so they should be available at the same places, like grocery stores and pharmacies. With the rise of fentanyl in America, it has become even more important to get your drugs tested. Fentanyl testing strips are the cheapest and easiest way to test your drugs to prevent death. Without a national program promoting fentanyl testing strips and full legalization of the strips, we must rely on videos like this to get the good word out. There are several companies that sell these life-saving strips. They are listed below. Most of these companies will ship anywhere in the U.S. regardless of the laws in your state. Your life is not worth one night of fun. Please be safe and always test your drugs.